Well, there you have it. The $1.9 trillion stimulus bill is officially passed and into law, and the third round of stimulus checks are beginning to process as we speak. In fact, you may want to check your bank account as soon as today to see that stimulus check in your account, as some customers have detailed that they are getting the stimulus check as of today. The IRS has already begun rolling those out. We're going to be discussing the details of the third stimulus check, timing in this video, so stick around if you want to find out more. My name is Kevin Conway. I make stimulus news update videos and other personal finance videos all the time. So if you can give a quick like to this video, it would mean a lot to me. It helps get the information out to more people and helps spread the word. And if you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel as well. Now let's get into the very latest details, giving you what you really need to know. As you know, these stimulus checks have passed, along with a whole host of other stimulus measures in the $1.9 trillion stimulus bill, including the extension of $300 per week in federal unemployment insurance boost through September 6th, the child tax credit, EIDL additional funding, rent assistance money, and lots of other provisions that you're going to want to know. I'm going to be making subsequent videos breaking down the key details, telling you exactly how to qualify for and get the money that you're owed under different programs. So you're going to want to subscribe so that you can stay informed. Now, what about the third stimulus checks? Well, we know the eligibility already is $75,000 as an individual, $150,000 married filing jointly, and $112,500 if you're head of household. I always get confused when saying that little thing. I don't know why they had $500 in there. Why not just 112,000 or 113,000? Makes it a little bit more confusing. But anyway, that is based upon the last tax return that you filed. So if you've already filed your 2020 taxes, the IRS is going to look at that. If you haven't filed your 2020 taxes, they're going to look at your 2019 income. So as I discussed, the IRS has already begun sending out stimulus payments, and they are arriving in bank accounts as we speak. In fact, if you have Wells Fargo, Chase, or Navy Federal Credit Union, you could be receiving those stimulus checks as early as March 17th. They are processing right now. They've been delivered into the account, but they will take a few days to actually show up and be able to be spent by you. You don't need to take any additional steps to get this stimulus check. You don't need to do anything, fill anything out. You can track your stimulus payment using the Get My Payment tool, the tool that you may have used before. There will be a link in the description below that you can check out. Go to that as soon as Monday this week. You begin tracking your payment so you can see when it'll arrive and obviously if you qualify in the first place. For your knowledge, the IRS said that they are going to have the vast majority of these stimulus payments be sent out via direct deposit, not via a check or a stimulus card like we got last time for lots and lots of people. They're going to send the vast majority of these stimulus checks out via direct deposit with the last information that they had on file for you. So if you just filed your 2020 taxes and you put your bank information on there, they're going to use that bank information for your direct deposit. If you did it in 2019, same thing applies. Whatever bank information you have there is going to be on direct deposit. Now, if you've changed your bank account or you've switched something and it isn't exactly the same as last time, I would check that account if you still have access to it, because that's where they're going to send the payment. If you close that account or no longer have access to it, the IRS will try to send that payment. It'll get kicked back, and likely at a later time, they will send you a physical check, or you're going to have to claim it on your 2021 taxes, which of course you don't want to do because that's going to be quite a while from now, at least 9 months before you can even see any economic benefit. So you're going to want to use the Get My Payment tool so you can track your payment and stay on top of it, and also understand what bank account information you had on file from last time. That's going to be crucial. Now, a few other key things. If you are a dependent on someone else's tax return, there's been a lot of confusion out there. Are you going to be receiving a stimulus check? And the answer is no. Unfortunately, you will not be receiving a stimulus check if you are a dependent on someone else's tax return. However, unlike last time, this stimulus check will go to the person that is claiming you on their tax return. So if you are claimed on, say, your dad's tax return, then your dad will be receiving that stimulus check, or your caretaker, or your mom, or whoever it is, they will be receiving $1,400 for you if they qualify for the stimulus check themselves. So as long as they qualify, they will get one for themselves. If they're married, they will get one for themselves and their spouse, and they will get one for each one of the dependents that is on their tax return. And there's no age limit on the dependents either. You could be a college student, you could be 60 years old, it doesn't matter. As long as you are dependent on someone else's tax return, that person filing the tax return will get the $1,400 for you. So you're going to want to, send them a little note, say, hey, remember how you got that $1,400? Because of me. So maybe you could try that one out. Leave in the comments below if you guys have any questions about that or any of the other things that I'm talking about in this video. Now, what's very interesting is that they're currently talking about doing a fourth stimulus package. Now, I think that is pretty premature, given that we just finished passing a package right now, and we haven't even spent all the money in the second stimulus package yet. But certainly the thing that will take shape immediately after this bill is beginning to be spent in full in the next week or two is infrastructure. We know that is a big priority in the Biden administration. They're going to want to spend another couple $1 trillion on infrastructure, roads and airports, and of course, green energy infrastructure, all of that. We know that is going to be a big push from the Biden administration. All of this spending probably will lead to some degree of inflation. It's debatable from different economists how much or even at all if there will be inflation, but most people expect it to be. So you're going to want to stay informed there and invest your money because your cash likely will, start losing purchasing power over time due to inflation. So you need a bank account at a minimum that gives you some amount of interest. If you're looking for a good bank account, look at my link in the description below. SoFi Money has a good interest rate and there's no fees and you get free ATM withdrawals. It wasn't a pitch for SoFi Money. I just thought of that as I'm discussing the next things here for the Biden administration to take care of. Now, that is basically all we know about these stimulus checks right now. Again, this is breaking news. Today, they are rolling out the stimulus checks. Comment below if you've received it. Comment below if you haven't received it. Check back on this video too in a few days to comment if you received your money on Monday, for example, because a lot of times banks don't process things on Saturday and Sunday. But we do expect this week to be the week that millions and millions and millions of people will receive the $1,400 stimulus check or even more money if you have dependents on your tax return. Now, with that being said, my name is Kevin Conway. Give a like to this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.